Okay guys, so why do businesses decline? Why do they wind up? Why do they cease to exist? So we know from our business life cycle, we've got our establishment to growth, maturity, and then a couple of things can happen. We can continue in a steady state, we can reinvigorate, or we can decline. And when you decline, a couple of things can happen from there. You can cease to exist, or you can try and arrest that and start to move back up to where you were. But that can be really, really difficult. So once you've started to head into this downward trend, we end up in a process called cessation. And now cessation, it's not a word you're going to hear of very frequently. It's not a piece of everyday language. It just refers to the closure of a business. Simple. There are two ways that can happen. There is voluntary and there is involuntary. Whoops, sorry. And involuntary. So reasons that you could voluntarily close your business down might just be because you want to sell the business. You want to make some money. You've been offered a deal that's too good to be true, and that we see that happen in the tech world quite often. It could be for retirement. It could be for a work-life balance change or fix. Or it could just be there are just too many hours being a business owner and you are over it. That can be fine. There's lots of other reasons why people would want to change their business. It's on a case-by-case scenario, but they're really common ones. Other ones for you to consider are the involuntary side. So this happens when a business is in a bit of trouble. Most likely, they don't have enough cash to pay their debts. Not only that, it's as they fall due. And this is something we'll talk about in Year 12, as they fall due. And that is a really important bit because it comes to cash flow. And without having decent cash flow, it doesn't matter how profitable your business is, you can lose out big time. So what can happen when you are involuntary ceased? Your business is closed. It's forced upon you. There is not much you can do. And the business's assets are sold to pay your debt or to pay the business's debt. Now, if there's different processes, whether you're a sole trader, a partnership, whether you're a private or a public company, and this is, remember, back to types of businesses and legal structure, this is where you want that protection for a company as a separate legal identity before the law. Because if your business winds up due to poor debt and cash flow issues and you're a sole trader or a partnership, your personal assets can be used to cover those debts. So the most common cause is you don't have enough money. Plain and simple. So this leads us to something else called, which we would have all heard of. So bankruptcy. Now this occurs when a sole trader or a business partnership is just unable to repay their financial obligations, aka debt, of the business. Quite common, really important to understand that. What you also have, guys, is a business will enter into liquidation, which is another important business term to understand. Liquidation, sorry. And that is when an independent party is appointed by the court to sell the assets of the business off. So the proceeds of that sale will be able to repay, hopefully, all the outstanding debt owed to a business's creditors. Now, a creditor is simply another party that is owed money. Plain and simple. Guys, that is a very brief summary of why businesses cease to exist. Check your textbooks. It's the end of chapter 4. It's really important that you know this stuff for your exams and to build upon for your HSC content. Thank you.